Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well. Um, Apparently when I did the video for, I think it was day 17, I had no sound. Apparently my microphone was turned off. I do apologize, so I will redo that video today. I'm going to do it a little different, just so that it's a little bit shorter. And I do apologize for not having a video from the 24th to today. We had a benefit over the weekend for our friend that passed away on the 11th, and I have been absolutely wicked insane busy. Last week was nuts. I think I got like 14 hours of sleep in the entire week, and I'm used to getting that every day. So let's get started, shall we? So this is our new day 17 of our daily lessons in witchcraft, and we're going to talk about just basic components of ritual. In ritual, and throughout the craft, you're going to do various different things. You're going to have various purposes, various things that you're going to want to accomplish, and that's fine. And these components that I'm going to talk to you about are the ones that that I use. You don't have to use all of them. It's completely up to you. That's what's great about this path, is the fact that we basically pick and choose what we want to use, what works for us, what fits in our realm of reality. And then we use that. If we, later on, if we find something else that we like, we add to it. If we find something that isn't working anymore, we take away from it. So, by no means are you required to do all of these steps. So let's go and get into these. The first one is creating your sacred space. You're going to cleanse your area, to remove any negative vibration, in the area, that have been living there. And, you may not realize it, but you may have negative energies that have basically fused themselves into your area. So you definitely need to be sure to cleanse your working area. Excuse me. Next, you're going to cast a circle. I cast a circle to protect myself from outer influences. It also gives me an area that's contained, which will, think of it like a bowl upside down. Like, here's all the people, and you have the bowl. This is the circle. It's like a dome, like a force field. It holds all the energy in that you're going to raise, and keeps it from, it keeps it like pooled in one area. So think of your circle as your church or your sanctuary for contacting the divine. Then we call the quarters. Not everybody does this. Some people call them watchtowers. I call them the quarters. The purpose of calling on them is to ask for their protection, and they will add to your ritual work. And then we're going to invoke deity. We draw deity into the circle not only to honor them, but as a way of having them lend energy to the workings that we're doing. You can do one or the other, or you can do both. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Usually I will call on my matron goddess and my patron god, and then one deity that I need for whatever work I'm doing. Unless my patron god or matron goddess correspond with what I'm working on, then I can just use them. Works out well. State the purpose. Your next step is going to be state the purpose for your work or your celebration. And this just helps get your mind on, focused in on what it is that you're going to be doing. The next step, step 6, should have said numbers all along, sorry. It's going to be working magic. This is when you actually do the work that you are intending on doing. Now, working magic, the whole purpose behind that is to support the purpose of the focus. If you're conducting an honorary celebration, then do a ritual that, corresponds with that celebration. It's very common. I'm sorry about the glasses. I'm getting new ones so they don't keep falling off my face. Number 7, we'll erase energy. This, let me go back a step. Okay, working your magic. Consider that as being the engine, okay, for your ritual, the magical engine, okay? So next, in step 7, we're going to raise energy. Raising energy is the fuel for your magical engine. Sure doesn't cost as much as gasoline does. You raise the energy to accomplish your task, regardless of what that task is. But you need energy, okay? Number 8 is where I observe communion. Communion for me is to, a way for me to ground myself, and to reflect and realize, and recognize within myself how I honor the divine. That's one that's definitely not a necessity, and you can do it at any time. This is just the order that, just remember, this is the order that I do things in. Next is thanking deity. And a lot of times you'll hear me say deity, divine, divinity, God, goddess. It's all the same. Well, except for God and goddess. That's obviously not the same. We thank the divine because we're good witches. And we appreciate what they have done to help us, not only in this working, but in, all of the other workings that we have done and all that we will do in the future. Next, we're going to release the quarters. This is step 10. If you call on the quarters, do not forget to release them. If you don't release them and they get stuck here, they're not happy about it. If you fear that you're going to forget to release them, then in your phrasing, when you call them down, you can word it in such a way, please come and help, basically to ask them to come and help, and then when the ritual's done, they're free to leave. You know what I mean? So that you don't have to go back and do this at the end if you don't, if you're worried that you might forget. Having the, calling the quarters down and having that energy is extra energy that you're going to have in your circle, okay? And when you send the energy back, when you release them, then it can go somewhere else. It can go, to another witch that needs it, things like that. But if you force the energy to stay, then you run the risk of causing like a short circuit to happen. And we don't want that. So, in the beginning, when you call them down, you can say something to the effect of, for coming to my, thanks for coming to my aid. When the ritual is over, you are free to go, however you want to work that out. Okay, the next one is opening the circle. You do this so that you can once again move about freely. And of course, I'll get into more detail later on when we get into talking about actually like physically casting the circle and magical spells and rituals and whatnot. But just as a basic primer, when you cast a circle, if you're going to go out, you need to cut a door. Once you're out, you need to seal the door. To come back in, you need to cut a door. When you come back in, seal the door. This prevents you from ripping and tearing through that energy that you have raised and basically causing chaos. If you go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, it will dissipate on its own, and it's going to dissipate in a very chaotic manner, and you don't want that. It's not good. Not good at all. So, excuse me, I'm still so very tired. The last thing that you're that I do is grounding and centering. This is how I get rid of all of the excess pent-up energy that I have taken into myself during ritual, and there will be a lot of it, especially if you work with other people. Working as solitary is not that. I won't say it's not that big of a deal, because it can be. But it generally, when I work by myself, it doesn't tend to be as bad as it is when I'm with the coven. There's some wicked crazy energy going on inside that circle, and we all have to ground and center afterwards. We're usually all pretty tired. I know for me it takes me a few days to recover. You hear my dog's barking out there, and I do apologize. Now, as I said before, you can remove some of these components that I listed, and that's it's completely up to you. It's what works well for you. Not all of them, are. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness, I need about 4 more days worth of sleep. Not all of them are mandatory. There are, for me, it's what I do. It's what I've always done. It's what I was taught to do many, many years ago, and so it's what's stuck with me. I'm a creature of habit. I don't deal well with change. So, I got lucky that the coven that I joined follows the same format, so that actually worked out really well for me. So, there we have it. This is just, the 12 basic components. They're the components that I use in my daily, I won't say daily rituals, but, anytime that I have a ritual, a celebration, or anything like that, this is what I do. If you haven't checked it out, I will put the link below to my book, Practical Magic for the Penny Pinching Witch. It is available in paperback and on Kindle. Put the link for that below, as well as where you can find me on Facebook. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And you don't want to have to deal with karma. If you found me by mistake and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Pardon me while I do my hair real fast because it's driving me crazy. Anyway, if you found me by accident and you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button. If you liked the video, found the video helpful, throw me a thumbs up. Please pardon the trash back here. If you have any questions, send me a private message on YouTube. Be happy to help you out. No nasty comments down below. I will delete them and mark them as spam. I think that's about it. If there's anything that you guys want to see in the videos, be sure to comment. And we'll see you again tomorrow. I'll be looking exactly the same tomorrow as I do today. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.